Hi, I'm Captain Jim White. I'm with the Fremont Police Department. Chief Wiersma will give a speech here momentarily, but we do have packets made up of the 911 call that came in, as well as 4 media releases that we gave out. At the end of the conference, after a couple questions, then just see me at the back of the room, and we're over here, back door, excuse me, and then we'll take care of it there. Okay?
Hi, I'm Chief Tim Wiersma. I just wanted to give a little bit of the background.
Could you spell your name for us, please?
I can. W-I-E-R-S-M-A. Fremont Police Department. On the night of the 9th, at 1:29 in the morning, or early morning, there was a call of shots fired at the Last Call Bar, and which is right down here on State Street. We arrived to find people actively doing CPR on several people laying down in the bar. We assisted, had EMS was coming, they assisted when they were there, and we were unable to save 2 of the people who died right there at the bar. One other person was taken to the Fremont Memorial Hospital where he died, and another one was life-flighted, and I don't know his condition. Igmedio, also called Roger by some people, Mista, he's age 33, had come to the bar about a half hour, maybe a little before that, with a friend. They had been in the bar for some time. There was an altercation between his friend and another man. The man's wife got a little bit involved. There was a report that a punch was thrown, and then Roger Mista then took over for his friend and shot a person, and then we think started to exit, but was randomly shooting people on his exit. So 4 people in all were hit by bullets. This Lucas County Sheriff, Lucas County Coroner is doing autopsies as we speak, and I'm not sure that they'll all be completed today. Mr. Mista left the bar through the side door, which is on Park Avenue, and we had not heard from him or had reports of where he was actually until this morning. We were following up on some leads that we had, and 2 of our officers, George Dorsey and Kevin Armbruster, were following up on leads and went to a place where we had not been before, started talking at the front porch, and Mr. Mista just walks up behind the guy that they were talking with and was arrested without any incident. So he was then taken to Fremont Municipal Court, and there is no bond for Mr. Mista. I would like to thank a lot of people. The night of the call, we had a lot of different police departments come that were not terribly close to us, but pretty close. The city of Gibsonburg, the city of Bellevue, also the Ohio State Highway Patrol came and helped us with the scene. There were a lot of people at the scene naturally angry that family members had been hurt. And so there was a lot there. And then at the hospital also, the State Patrol were there for us also. It was a total department effort, from patrolmen, the newest patrolman to the oldest patrolman, to all of the detectives, the captains, in working this case since it started last Saturday night to get this, or Saturday, to get this all settled. And I'm very happy that it ended so peacefully. Mr. Mista is a Filipino national, and we have made contact with the consulate there, which is our obligation. I missed a couple of people that helped us. The federal or U.S. Marshals Service had been here most of yesterday until very late in the evening trying to catch Mr. Mista, and now Federal Customs and Immigration have been helpful also with us, and I missed those 2. Along with I missed the Attorney General's office, sent agents to do the evidence collection at the scene, which took a very long time, and everybody was very, very helpful. That's all I really have. If anybody has a question.
Mr. Mista, does he have a criminal record? And is he
No, she started.
Okay, sure.
You mentioned that that ICE has a case against him.
I don't think they're called ICE anymore. It's Federal Customs and Immigration, but yes.
How will you handle that? will you guys try him here first, or if he's deported, or how does that work?
Yeah, well, there's criminal charges here, and they have charges because I believe maybe his passport has expired. He's not here, had been here legally, and is no longer legal because of whatever he failed to do for his passport.
Do you know what that dates back to, when he was here legally? And
I do not know the dates yet for
Okay.
that. Yes, sir.
Hey, Chief, could you tell us if you know who he shot first, and how do you, how are you figuring out that he just started shooting randomly?
I believe the first person that was shot was the person that was in the altercation, and after that it was semi-randomly.
Can you give us the name of the first person?
We're
who
still
shot?
looking into that, and that's another big thing. We would still like people to come forward if they have information, if they've not talked to the police, not just thinking, oh, somebody else is taking care of this. This is the whole community. The whole community is upset that we lost 3 lives. And I'm very much saddened by their loss and their grief, and we're trying to do everything that we can, the best we can, so we need everybody to come forward that has any information so that we can get this man in jail.
Do you know anything about the officer who was shot? Was there off duty? Anything about him at all?
Other than I understand he had a birthday the Sunday before, and I was told that he was there celebrating his birthday. Wasn't acting in his official capacity. He and all the other patrons in this horrid thing just were at the wrong place.
And was there any indication that the defendant or the suspect knew any of the members or the victims?
There's that potential, but we haven't
Uncovered that yet.
Correct.
Chief, when you guys picked him up this morning at that home, was that home searched, and did you find the weapon?
We have not found a weapon, so if anybody has information of where that weapon could be, I would appreciate where that we could pick that up. We very much want to get that out of the street.
Does Mr. have any type of long criminal record?
We have a history with him, and you're welcome to that upstairs.
The person that he was with whenever they ended up arresting him, was it a family member? The person they were talking to before he was arrested?
I don't believe they were family members.
Okay. Also, did you get a chance to issue the reward money before he was arrested or no?
No, there was no.
It never even went, okay.
Chief, it was brought up in the hearing in court, mentioned the fact that it was thought maybe something would be a help conceal or hide him during the time you were looking for him.
We don't have that information. The relatives that, in fact, the home that he was found at was a relative, and they were very, very cooperative with us. They've had some backlash of people talking with them or saying things to them, but they were very cooperative with us. And so I'm not saying that that wasn't true, that maybe some had, but some have also been very cooperative.
So
That's still being looked into.
Chief, can you talk about how aggressive your detectives were, your officers were in tracking this guy down? Because you got him pretty fast.
Got him very fast. It goes back to the whole department, from the newest patrolman to the most seasoned detectives. All worked a very lot of overtime, which the mayor's probably not really happy about, but did work a lot of overtime. Worked until midnight, I believe, last night, and came in this morning and continued to work. If somebody would call in a report, they were on top. So,
How is the
by
law
whole
enforcement,
department.
I'm sorry, how is the law enforcement community holding up?
For the loss of our Elmore officer, it's very sad, and we lost 3 citizens, and one was the officer, and so it just hits a little closer to home when it is an officer, and so deeply saddened. Doing the best we can for all of them, trying to dot every I that we have and cross every T.
What can you tell us about the gun that was used, and if it was brought in by Mr. Tabar? Was it on his person?
I don't have that information. It was a handgun of some kind.
What's the timeline of the altercation? You'd hit him yesterday at an altercation in the bar. Do we know if it was a heat of the moment kind of thing? He got kicked out and came back inside?
I don't believe he was kicked out. I believe he was in the bar for some time, whether it was a half hour or an hour, and had been in the bar. It didn't appear that there were no complaints that he had been in other fights until this one, and that was pretty much it seems like to stand up for his friend.
Okay, so like an hour after an hour after the altercation, he was still in the bar?
No,
Okay.
no, the altercation happened, and then immediately
Immediately. Oh.
was, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you, I'm sorry.
Chief, you talked about there were 4 people that were shot, is that correct?
Correct.
And then three died. What about the other victim?
The other victim was taken to a Toledo area hospital by life flight, and I'm not sure of their condition at this moment.
Do you have that victim's name? Do you know who that victim is?
Sure, it was in the press release, and that's Ramiro Ariola. He was life flighted to an Toledo area hospital. He was a patron of the bar. One of the bartenders, who was Ramiro Sanchez, was one of the deceased. Just shared the name.
I had understood from your original narrative that the altercation that kind of then prompted the shooting, though, was between one of the victims and a friend of the suspect. Is that correct?
I believe so.
And could charges be possibly filed for that?
Altercation.
victim?
And the altercation,
So are
correct?
those coming eventually, or have they been filed, or?
That's part of the investigation that continues. We've just really started the investigation.
So there could be
There's been-
filing for that second person.
Sure. And more charges against, correct. Again, it's just starting. The detectives have a lot of work ahead of them. And if anybody has any information, forward it to the police department, 332-6464, and we will make sure that somebody gets that information and follows up on it.
Is there any video inside that bar?
There is video. The officers have looked at it briefly, enough to say that some things, that there was a shooting, but we're not prepared to say what all went on because we've not studied it in depth. We want to be able to identify people that were close and could see something and try and get some sort of semblance of what went on more accurately than what we have now.
Did you see him shooting? Can you see him shooting?
I did not see him shoot. That would be on the video, but I did not see it.
Can you confirm that any of the victims were related, cousins?
I was told that some of the victims were related.
Can you confirm which ones?
I don't know which ones.
Okay.
We can find that out. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Oh, Mayor wants to talk. I'm sorry.
Thank you all for coming. Sorry it was this type of circumstance. You know, when something happens
Mayor,
like
did you
this...
say your name? I'm sorry, some of us out of town don't know who you are. I apologize.
Okay, I'm Jim Ellis, Mayor of the City of Fremont. A situation like this of senseless violence can happen anywhere. We've seen it happen in a lot of places. And it's unfortunate it happened here, but we're going to deal with it. About all you can do is mourn the losses that you've had in your community, track down and capture the perpetrators, and then prosecute them, and pray for the families of the victims of this. I want to thank Chief Wiersma and our police department. My greatest concern the past 24 hours has been the fact that this guy was on the street with a gun and worrying that he was going to injure someone else in our community, in particular the police department members who were trying to apprehend him. So the fact that they have been able to apprehend him so quickly is great police work, and we thank you as a community chief, you and your team. We have a very proud and vibrant Hispanic community in Fremont, and the community is really hurting now. And so we need to come together as a community and help them out. They're our neighbors, they're our friends. I think probably almost all of us in here know someone who was related to the victims, if not the victims themselves. And so we're going to be working on that and tending to the spiritual needs of our community. So just please keep Fremont in your prayers. Thank you.